What's up guys, my name is Index, and today I'll be going over my high round spots, high round strategies on ZARYA COSMODROME. Like in my last high round video on Exit 115, I recommend the same augments, basically being Reactive Armor on Juggernaut, Picky Eater on Vulture 8, Electric Cherry on Mental Pop, and the Monkey Augment on Wisp T. As for guns, it's totally up to you, take whatever you want. Like I said, Akita always a good choice. And the second, always the Core God for me, or anything else, doesn't really matter. And you will need the Necrofruit Gauntlet again. Just like X115, the ray gun just falls off after around 50. It's just not manageable in my opinion. And yeah, as for field upgrade, also it doesn't really matter what you rock. I do encourage Toxic Growth, but again, like my X115 video, I played till around about 50 without field upgrades, or partially with field upgrades, just to see how the strategies work. And if you have the Necrofluid Gauntlet, you should be fine with any field upgrade, doesn't really matter. And what you're gonna do in the early rounds doesn't really matter. You can just spawn in, pace through the rounds. If you want, go for Tetrials, you don't have to. If you want, you can do those. And also don't worry about salvage, you can just feed Chompy infinitely in the high rounds to get your salvage. And watch out that you always have a War Machine equipped after round 16 for the Xerxes. What I always like to do for the early rounds is just stand here by Pack-a-Punch or in the Pack-a-Punch room itself, or in Yuri's lab, however you want to call it, just with a Toxic Growth, or even without one. If you have a good enough weapon, you should be fine just standing in a corner and spraying. So yeah, I was in the lobby with three other guys, but they left around 30. So yeah, in the early rounds, like I said, just go for any spot, doesn't really matter. And as soon as you feel like you need to camp, then we will be going over our first spot right now. So yeah, the first spot and the, I guess, less safer one. I mean, they're both basically on par, I guess. You're going to be right beside the mystery box where I'm standing, and just copy the way I'm shooting. Always 3 needles, retract them right away. Don't forget to reapply your armor. Also, the armor plates are going to get sucked towards you with your Necrofruit Gauntlet, so you don't have to worry about running out of armor. Even if, like I said, just pull out your Death Machine, War Machine, or Shock Charge, anything. You always have a safety net. If a Xerxes spawns, just listen out for him, or if he approaches you, throw it on a shock charge. Whip out that War Machine and just go to town, take him out. And you can also switch to your other weapons if you feel comfortable enough. I mean, you can tank a lot of hits, and with Reactive Armor you should be fine. But the reason for that is just if you have ammo mods equipped like I did. I ran with Brain Rot and Fireworks, these are always my go-tos. And Fireworks with the augment that leaves flares on the ground is just insane. Like for camping, it's so good. Definitely worth it. I would definitely go for 2 guns and the Necrofluid Gauntlet. I wouldn't even rock the ray gun past round 50, to be honest. Or the Mark II for that matter. They are just inferior to the Gauntlet. And you get way more potential, you get way more use, I guess, out of the ammo mods in my opinion, than just having a ray gun. So yeah, you can also place in your Toxic Growth down here if you want. And that is basically the first spot. I've been here till around about 60 also, and it doesn't really get harder after that, in my opinion. You also don't have Doppelgasts on ZARYA COSMODROME. This is the only survival map where there are now no Doppelgasts. I don't know why, if they're going to add them back or whatever. Oh yes, with the War Machine. As you can see here in the footage, I whip up the War Machine and it has 6 shots in reserve. And you guys, you're going to have to watch out, because I think they actually fixed it already, or they nerfed it already. I thought they're going to nerf it in Season 2. Because they did say they're going to nerf it from 30 shots to 24 shots. However, now you just have 24 shots and 6 shots in reserve, but you can't reload the weapon. And the Death Machine, the War Machine also doesn't disappear if it's empty. So at one point you're going to have a War Machine in your inventory that you can't get rid of unless you buy another score streak or pick another score streak up and then buy a new one. And this really almost cost me my life, because I was trying to spam at the Xerxes and I thought my left click wasn't working. But it was just that the War Machine, even though it has 6 shots in reserve, it's empty. And you can't reload it, you can't shoot it, you can't do anything. The only thing you can do is buy a new score streak. In my case, it was RCXD. And then I bought the War Machine right back after. Which is, again, last video I had the Shadow Blast bug. Now I have this bug. This game is full of bugs. And yeah, it is what it is, I guess. So we have to work around it. And now we're gonna go to our second spot, and in my opinion, I guess a little bit more superior spot, and because the rounds just feel better playing at this spot. I don't know why, but yeah, essentially you want to go to the Wonder Fizz and then just jump up here on these 3 platforms. You can stand on either side; it doesn't really matter. And again, just copy my shots. I always do one right in front of me, one at the back end. I just try to see where the zombies are actually coming up, and I try to aim for those spots, and always one or two downstairs or below. So when they jump up, they all also get damage from below, or the zombies that are jumping up are still getting damage. So yeah, just copy these shots. You should be fine. Again, there are gonna be maybe some moments where you're gonna be cornered, and you can see me here, pull out the war machine, take out the ZARYA. But yeah, there's sometimes there are gonna be times where the zombies get really, really close. But in this round 48, I think, you can see I don't even have a single armor plate, and it's working out. Also, a great tip with the ammo mods, since we're going to be using those also, I think you can play off of your monkey augment pretty nice with this. So if your monkey is procced and you know your ammo mods are recharged, because you haven't been using them for like more than 30 seconds, the monkey will restrict most of the zombies, and you don't have to really worry about zombies hitting you in that period of time. So you can just pull out your other weapons, proc your ammo mods, switch back to the gauntlet, and just repeat that as long as you can, or as often as you can. At the end of the round, I always jump down, get the armor plates, because with this spot it is actually more prevalent that the drops like armor and salvage, they're gonna be laying on the floor, on the ground level. On the mystery box spot, they mostly die in front of you, so that's kind of an upset to the other spot, but this one just feels safer in terms of the zombies running up to you and actually the time it takes for them to hit you. And you can also try with RCXDs here, but they're not really good spots for those. And yeah, if you run out of salvage and you don't have a war machine, just get wall weapons, go to Chompy, feed him the wall weapons, get your salvage up. And yeah, this has basically been it. The only thing you need is a war machine, Necrophil Gauntlet, the augments I recommended, and you should be absolutely fine. And like I said, like you can see here, sometimes it just gets a little bit tricky, but yeah. That has been it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Try out the high round method for yourself. Let me know if it's doing any good. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.